there's one important thing that you need to understand about the retail space and about actually selling online when it comes to physical product to actually get to 6 figures a month, to actually get your first $100,000 a month, okay? This is what I'm going to teach you in today's video. If you don't know me, my name is Mangunza. I create content to actually help you reach 6 figures a month in sales of physical products, mainly on Amazon, okay? If you don't want to reach that, there's a lot of people that will actually ask you to pay them so you can get to $10,000 lifetime, I'm sorry, in sales, and they will actually end you a trophy for that bullshit, okay? You can find them, really easy to find. They're nice, like, his name starts with an R, okay? Yeah, if you want to scale to 6 figures, stick right there and subscribe, okay? So, let's get on the whiteboard. It's been a while that we've done this thing, actually, and I'm just going to draw a little bit, you know, another Picasso for you to help you understand. But there's really two ways, right? Let's actually separate these things. There's really two ways that you can go about it, okay? There's two ways, two different, not really business model, but there's really two ways of selling stuff when it comes to Amazon. And the main one, okay, the first one that you are you're probably like closer to the first one right now. Not really, because what you're doing right now, if you haven't got your first 6-figure month, and especially if you are stuck below $30,000 a month right now, is that you're just selling random shit, okay? But once you graduate from actually selling random shit, what you're going to start doing is what you're going to need to start doing is you're going to need to start like diving in niche. Okay, niche, brand, whatever, okay? And the reason why you want to do this right there is because it's going to be easier for you to actually spend your money. So you want to start getting an understanding of a couple of brands, a couple of niche, okay, a couple of websites to source to understand the replenishable patterns, right? How often do they actually have sales? How often can you actually go and spend a lot of your money? Because this is going to free up a lot of your time once you understand a couple of these. And it does not mean that you need to find one niche and dive really deep into it. And by niche, you know, I mean suppliers, brands, type of product, right? Once you understand that and you go really, really deep in that thing, in one of these things, you can make a lot of money, and it's actually way easier because it frees up a lot of time that you would need to spend sourcing random products. And that's the first thing, okay? And just by doing that right there, you can get really, really great results, okay? One of my students, Yasmani, just with one niche, is able to do $157K, okay? $157,000 in sales just with one niche, with this strategy. Yes, I know, like, it's getting messy already, okay? But like, you don't need and just one brand, understanding one subset of a brand can actually get you there, and that's the first way to actually run your Amazon business. The second way is to actually like work with seasonal product, okay? Seasonality. And seasonality is going to be the thing that is going to actually get you, once you actually understand this, once you understand seasonality, you are going to get your first $100,000 month, okay? That's what's going to help you actually get your first $100,000 month. Why? Because there's a lot of seasonal events, and to be honest, the first seasonal event that is probably going to help you get to your first 6-figure month is going to be Q4, okay? When demand spike, because these two things, like, it's not that you need to choose one way of running your business, right? You can run both, and they play one into the other. Because like, if you have a niche right now where you know, with the way you spend and all that stuff, you know, let's say you make like $40,000 a month, right? 40K right now, before like any seasonal events. There's a lot of seasonal events just like Q4 right there that are going to like increase your sales a lot, okay? And so by having one niche and playing with that niche, playing the seasonal game with that niche, you can actually scale from 40K a month easy, and even from 30 to $100,000 a month, okay? Now, the truth is that the only seasonal, like, Q4 is not the only seasonal event, it's not the only time where you can actually like have your sales skill, right? You have a lot of different seasonal events that you can take advantage of. Like the second best one is back to school, that you probably know already, right? If you're watching this video, you've been saying a lot, I've been talking about it a lot. Back to school is an amazing time to actually get amazing sales. But what you need to understand is that these things, if you play about seasonality, right? If you play the seasonal game, you need experience, right? You need time on market, okay? Experience, right there. You need experience, okay? Because the truth is that the most time you spend in the market, the most seasonal product you will know, the most seasonal game plan you will have, okay, that you can take advantage of. And this is the most important thing. Your first few years on Amazon, your first year or your second year, okay, even your first, like your third year, it's all learning, okay? And your seasonal game plan are going to evolve with time. I'm still having my seasonal game plan evolving, and so the most time you actually spend in the market, the more you actually want to play this game and not really stop playing this game, because you should always have a baseline of this, right? This should be your baseline. You should have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 niche websites that you source a lot, right? Either niche, brand, whatever, that you know really, really well, that is going to be your baseline, that is going to bring you sales all the time. Because this is how I see my business, okay? I don't really see my business, how good my business is doing based on my all-time high months, right? But the way I actually see my business, if I want to understand how good my business is doing, is going to be based on this baseline. Because if you have the right information, anybody can actually do this, okay? It's not that difficult. But I actually look at my business, how good my business is doing based on this baseline. Why? Because I want to, like, if I really need, because life is going to happen, okay? To every single one of you. And this is when a lot of people actually give up on their business. Life is going to happen. And you're going to need to stop working for a little while sometimes, or like you get unmotivated, but you should never stop. You should strip down the hours that you actually work to a really, really low amount of hours, like maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a week, right? And so I really judge my business based on what kind of revenue can I get with this baseline, by just stripping down the amount of hours that I work a week, like let's say like to 2 hours a week, right? If I strip my business to 2 hours, like my weekly work, the amount of time that I actually work a week to 2 hours, right? 2 hours a week, per week, right there. How much can my business actually make, okay? If I have to rely on this thing right there, okay? How much can my business make? And like, so that baseline can be something that takes you a lot of time, but like I actually advise that you find this baseline, okay? That you actually build that baseline in a way that you can work 100% with the prep center, just send items, just wait for you to actually be able to replan on some products and send them to the prep center, and that's it, right? So I know for a fact that right now, by working like 2 hours a week, if I work 2 hours per week, I know that my baseline, I can actually get in between like 50 to 75K a month, okay, with minimum supervision, like with 1 hour or 2 hours of work a week, I can get to this point right here, okay? And so this is the most important part, because like if you need, and by the way, this is why a lot of people actually give up, and this is what I've seen, right? People that are over reliant on retail arbitrage, because retail arbitrage, you want to scale, takes a lot of time, except if you have a team that can actually go pick up stuff for you in store, which most of you guys don't have. Okay, and so most people actually give up when life happens and they cannot just go like drive from store to store like all the time. And you know, like you have your job already, like you're doing great with Amazon, but you keep your job, okay? Amazon's more of a side thing, and you never actually fully transition into online arbitrage. And because of that, you know, life happened, you don't have the time to actually drive from store to store for like 2 months, and then, you know, your business is down so much that it's not worth it anymore, and you just give up. And this is a pattern that I see over and over again. So you just need to build that baseline, okay? All you need to focus on right now in your business is this thing, okay? This thing, your baseline. How much money can you make just working 1 to 2 hours a week? How much money can you realistically make with your business right now working 1 to 2 hours a week? How much? That's going to define if your business is going to survive or not. Literally. That is the thing that is going to define if your business is going to survive for more than a year or 2 years or 3 years, okay? That's the only thing that is going to define this. Because if you don't have a strong baseline, your business is dependent on you actually doing all the work, you're done for. You are 100% done for. You are going to give up one way or another. Try to build that baseline right there, okay? Try to build it to at least, I would say, $25,000 a month, okay? Because at $25,000 a month, you're going to be good. Let's say that you have 20% profit margins. You're going to make like $5,000 profit a month, okay? And it may be a little bit lower, but let's just say that it's, you know, you're at 10% margins. You make a quick like $2,500 a month. What else can you ask for, right? You make a quick $2,500 a month just working 1-2 hours a week. You're never going to give up. And you need to build that baseline. You need to build this baseline to actually be able to have a business that actually survive through time. That's it. You're going to fail if you don't build that baseline. As I said, I've seen it over and over and over again. This is why people give up. Build that baseline, you're going to be good, okay? Now, if you need more help actually doing it, link in the description, you can book a call with my team. We'll see how we can actually help you scale your business, okay? See you inside. I'll see you in the next video.